Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our 2022 Virtual Citizen Summit. I'm Sarah Prohaska, Communications Director for the City of Port St. Lucie. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The Citizen Summit is all about you, our citizens, and your valuable feedback. Our summit is an award-winning and nationally recognized annual event that draws hundreds of Port St. Lucie residents. The summit is not your ordinary public meeting, as you will see tonight. We have fun while gathering your valuable feedback about the city's strategic plan, which is our roadmap to the future. The summit this year, our theme is Plan to Prosper in 2022, and this draws directly on our city's vision statement to be a safe, beautiful and prosperous city for all people, your hometown. So let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce and welcome Kate Parmele, our Director of Strategic Initiatives and Innovation. So welcome, Kate, and would you like to just tell us a little bit about why we're gathered here virtually tonight?
Absolutely, Sarah. The City of Port St. Lucie is a data-driven organization that is always seeking ways to better serve our residents through improving our services, and we are driven by our strategic plan that is updated every year based on your input. Our strategic plan includes our city's mission and vision and is structured around 7 goals and several strategic initiatives and projects, which we will discuss in detail tonight. This summit, along with our scientific community survey conducted by the National Research Center, is a vital way that we collect that input. What we will do here tonight really will shape our city's future.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. This all sounds great. But before we get started, our mayor has a quick message for our participants tonight. So, Mayor Martin.
Hello, residents and friends of Port St. Lucie. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. As some of you may know, I'm your mayor, Shannon Martin. On behalf of your city council and all of our staff, especially those who are here tonight, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the virtual component of this year's 2022 Citizen Summit. Port St. Lucie holds the Citizen Summit annually to obtain our residents' thoughts and feedback on our strategic plan and to help us shape the future of our city. It has become an excellent example of what makes our city so unique and such a wonderful place to live. Our city has been recognized by several national organizations for our efforts in capturing and incorporating the feedback that we receive from you while we plan for our city's future. Tonight's summit is a very important way that we do just that. And that is why I'm so excited and pleased that you are here with us tonight to learn more about our strategic plan. Soon you will hear about each of our strategic goals from our amazing staff who works diligently every day towards accomplishing our strategic plan, which is our most guiding, important document. It is truly a roadmap to the future, and it helps keep us on track to get there. Tonight is your chance to help shape our city's future. Please give us your honest feedback and ask any single question that you would like about the plan. We're here to answer, and we're here to help. The fact that you are online with us and taking this time really shows that you are invested and you really care about your city, and I really love that. After tonight, if you want to learn more, we would love to see you at our in-person component of the Citizen Summit on Saturday morning outside the Mid-Florida Event Center. And we also invite you to subscribe to the City Manager's bi-weekly update or my newsletter, A Moment with Mayor Martin, or any of the other newsletters that we have in the city. Either way you participate, we love to have you engaged as citizens. The City Council and I analyze that feedback that we receive from all of you, and it will help guide us in our decision making when we update the strategic plan later this year at our sessions on March 9th and 10th. I am so grateful for your participation tonight. I hope you have fun, I hope you learn something new, and that you continue to be an active part of our city. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. So we are ready to get started, but before we start, I just want to remind you about a few quick procedural items. We want all of our viewers to know that if you have any questions, to please put them in the Zoom Q&A section, or if you're joining us tonight on Facebook, in the Facebook comments, and we may address them at the end with some of our project managers who are on standby, or they are here. Like I said, they're on standby, and they can answer your questions directly in the Zoom comments. So as we're going through our our goals tonight, please, if you have a question, put it in the Q&A section. Also, for those participating on Zoom will have opportunities throughout the broadcast tonight to win prizes. And I'm going to tell you, there's some good prizes this year, so please stick with us. But you must be on Zoom to do that. So if you're on Facebook and you want to participate with us on Zoom, you can. It's not too late. You can still register and get the link by going to www.cityofpsl.com/citizen summit. Once again, you must be on Zoom to participate in the polls and trivia contests tonight. And this is super important because this is how we are capturing your feedback and input to deliver to our city council. So please join us on Zoom. We're so happy you're watching us any which way, but if you'd like to participate with us tonight, please, in the polls and give us your feedback, please join us on Zoom. Okay. That said, Kate, can you quickly tell us about how input gathered at our past summits and through our past surveys has helped shape the city so far?
Absolutely. And our city council and our mayor really do listen, and they use this input that you give us. Key findings from the 2019, 2020, and 2021 survey showed mobility continues to be a challenge for the city, and this prompted the city council to include a new strategic goal to an initiative to improve mobility, which you will hear more about tonight. And additionally, the city created a music concert series with national acts, including Styx, Jody Messina, and Foghat, after we heard in the survey and at the summit the desire for cultural events and live music. Also, our upcoming inaugural ZamFest, which is the Zen Arts and Music Festival, was put together in response to these requests and will feature some national musical acts. But be on the lookout for that event in April at the Mid-Florida Event Center. In addition, as a city for all people and one of the most integrated cities in the United States, we sought feedback from residents at last year's summit on Port St. Lucie's diversity. That feedback was used to inspire artist Eddie Mendietta's mural at Minsky Gym, which just debuted at the Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration at Whispering Pines Park. You can see that in that last slide. The prioritization of upcoming parks projects, such as the planned Adventure Park, was informed by the survey. And if you saw the news recently, you may know that the City Council also is studying the feasibility of a water park. That is in direct response to several years of citizen input on that topic.
All right, thanks, Kate. So we want to gather that same type of valuable information from our viewers tonight. But before we start, we want to address what is definitely a hot topic in the city of Port St. Lucie right now. We want to address this right off the bat before we get into the strategic goals. We've seen a lot of growth in Port St. Lucie recently, and we know our residents are eager to know what the city is doing to plan for it and to manage it. And we have a quick video that we hope will give you some background and context as we speak about the strategic plan tonight. It explains a little bit more about Port St. Lucie's history and how we are working to continue to provide a high quality of life even as we grow. So let's take a look.
The city of Port St. Lucie has come a long way in a short amount of time. Incorporated in 1961, we're only 60 years old. Compared to a lot of cities in the nation, that's still pretty young. But to understand how we've become the city we are today and where we're headed in the future, we've got to look back at how we started. Port St. Lucie's history isn't traditional. The city was incorporated by a developer named General Development Corporation. This company essentially divided the entire city, approximately 60 square miles, into 80,000 quarter-acre lots and sold them. GDC went bankrupt before it dealt with major issues like creating a municipal water and sewer system, sidewalks, employment centers, and stormwater systems. It's been up to city leaders over the past 6 decades to retrofit many of these elements, including building the state-of-the-art, award-winning utility system the city now operates, and formulating a sidewalk master plan. The city of Port St. Lucie has grown from less than 200 people in 1961 to over 200,000 today. Many people move here because of the hometown feel that still exists, even though we're the 7th largest city in the state of Florida. But with this new development comes questions, like when will the city stop growing, and what are we doing to manage it? Remember when we said the original developer split the city into thousands and thousands of residential lots? Well, that still affects the way Port St. Lucie grows today. Here at City Hall, we hear a lot of questions about why the city would allow a single-family home to be built along Port St. Lucie Boulevard or Becker Road. Development such as that is grandfathered in because it falls within certain areas of the original city boundaries. In some instances, property owners have a right to build single-family homes in areas we may not necessarily desire. This is a result of GDC's original development scheme and the result of an administrative proceeding between the Florida Department of Community Affairs. To give you an idea of how much growth is yet to come, let's take a look at the numbers. As of September 2021, the city had nearly 140,000 approved dwelling units, including single and multifamily homes. Of those, just over 53,000 were yet to be built. East of I-95 alone, there were still nearly 17,000 vacant single-family lots. With these numbers as indicators, we know more growth and development is likely on the horizon. The good news? City leaders are preparing for it, with several major projects and initiatives designed to address new development. One major initiative is the city's new Multimodal Transportation Plan. This plan lays the groundwork for two complementary networks, the active travel network and the motorized network. Their goal is to provide residents with a variety of mobility choices to travel within their neighborhoods and throughout the city. City staff is also updating the stormwater management plan to help guide the city's stormwater program over the next 20 years. It serves a dual purpose. It protects our homes from flooding and also our natural waterways from pollution. Another important project is the Environmental Lands and Open Space Program. It focuses on what land should be purchased by the city and the use of city-owned land for green space, recreational space, or stormwater management. The city's high-performance public spaces team works to maximize the benefits to the public from that land. Annexation is another critical component in understanding the city's growth history. Over the years, the city has annexed over 27,000 acres, mainly out west in the Tradition area. That's why most of the city's newer master plan development is west of I-95. This land includes the Southern Grove Jobs Corridor, a large swath of land annexed by the city with the goal of bringing new employment centers not provided by the city's original developer. We're seeing the vision for the Jobs Corridor come to life in recent years, which has attracted world-class employers including Cleveland Clinic, FedEx, and Cheney Brothers. The goal of this development is to keep jobs here in PSL, so our residents don't have to commute south. Another way we're tackling issues is by requiring the developers of these new projects and communities to do their part by mitigating their potential impacts on the overall transportation system. Those developers are following through by providing parks, school sites, public art, and trails that all our residents can enjoy. If you'd like to learn more about how our city develops over time and what it may look like in the future, please visit our website at cityofpsl.com/development. On this page, you will find a more in-depth frequently asked questions section pertaining to development in the city. We're happy you're part of the diverse community that makes up the city of Port St. Lucie. We invite you to continue being proud of it and to continue taking an active part in it as we continue growing together.
Okay, we hope that was helpful. Tonight, we're going to talk about some of the projects mentioned in that video because they are a big part of our strategic plan. So let's get started. So we're going to start with our first goal, Kate, right?
Absolutely. The strategic plan goal of safe, clean, and beautiful includes two strategic initiatives, improving safety and beautifying landscaping of roadways, public parks, and gateways. Our goal to remain the safest large city in the state of Florida for many years running now is truly a cornerstone of the strategic plan.
All right, so Kate, I heard that traffic safety is a very large focus this year. In fact, the City Council even voted to reduce the speed limit in residential neighborhoods. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. And let's see what Port St. Lucie's Police Department's Chief Bolduc has to say about that.
Hi, I'm Chief John Bolduc of the Port St. Lucie Police Department. As part of the overall city strategic plan, the police department each year updates its strategic operations plan. As always, we're going to continue to maintain one of the lowest crime rates in the state of Florida for large cities. As tradition grows on the west side of our city, it has become necessary to actually carve out a completely new patrol district. We have been adding staff to the police department to get ready for this initiative for the past 3 years. This year, we're going to add 5 more officers, and the following year, we're going to add the supervisory staff we need to implement the new district. In 2022, we're also going to continue our initiative to improve traffic safety in Port St. Lucie. This past fall, the City Council voted to reduce the speed limit in all of our residential neighborhoods. The police department's going to be taking part in this, first to help educate the drivers as this new speed limit takes effect, but then, if it becomes necessary, we will be enhancing our enforcement actions in residential neighborhoods. In addition to reducing speed limits, we are also working on Vision Zero. The plan of Vision Zero is to reduce traffic fatalities in the city to 0 by the year 2050. This is part of a nationwide objective to reduce traffic fatalities on our roadways and our highways. As we come out of the COVID pandemic, the police department is looking forward to getting back out into the neighborhoods and engaging our residents through our community outreach programs. At the police department, we're very excited this year because we're beginning the construction of our new police training facility. This facility is going to allow us to be more efficient and effective in our training by having our training facility right on our campus. The new facility will not only have an indoor gun range, but it will have a defensive tactics room and a video simulation room. This allows officers to see situations and practice them before they encounter them on the streets. There's also going to be a state-of-the-art classroom for officers to attend training in. And possibly one of the biggest initiatives we've had to date, following a very successful pilot program of the body-worn cameras, in 2022, we will be rolling out body-worn cameras on every sworn police officer in the city of Port St. Lucie. Be sure and come out to the Citizen Summit and give us your feedback. We look forward to hearing how we can use your ideas to keep Port St. Lucie safe, clean, and beautiful. For more information about the police department, go to cityofpsl.com/police.
Thank you, Chief Baldock. Safety is really such a critical component of this goal. We also have another part to this goal. We also just want to keep our city looking good as well.
All right, you're right, Kate. The strategic plan kicks off with a very big goal. And so can you tell us a little bit more about the clean and beautiful elements?
Absolutely. Beautification is an important element of the strategic plan goal, and some of the projects our team is working on, and they're here tonight if you have any questions available. Our project managers are available. The U.S. Highway 1 Beautification Project. U.S. Highway 1 serves as a major northern and southern gateway to the city, and beautification of U.S. Highway 1 is important to the continued beautification of eastern Port St. Lucie and to help support economic development. Phase 1 of the project, which is located just north of Crosstown Parkway to the Mid-Florida Event Center, is funded thanks to voters who supported the half-cent sales tax. Construction is scheduled to begin this spring following the U.S. Highway 1 resurfacing project, which is being done by the Florida Department of Transportation. Our next priority is the St. James Drive Beautification Project. This project will implement the beautification of landscaping at St. James Drive from Arosa Boulevard to the St. Lucie County line. This corridor is owned and maintained by St. Lucie County. This project will require the acceptance and approval by county commissioners and an amendment to the interlocal agreement with the city. Design, permitting, and construction plans and the interlocal agreement are in the process of being completed. And lastly, we've also identified through the Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful Beautification Plan a number of stormwater ponds and other public green spaces that will be beautified throughout the city this year, about one in each council district. So those will be popping up throughout the city. And we work with our Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful Beautification task force on that. And we will also be working on a Port St. Lucie Boulevard beautification project to help beautify our namesake corridor.
Okay, thank you, Kate. That's a lot of information that's going on there, so thank you so much. So now it's your turn. We want to hear from our residents right now about Goal 1, Safe, Clean, and Beautiful. So get ready. We'll use our Zoom polling tool to gather your input. Sabrina McLeod, the city's Grants and Strategic Initiatives Project Manager, is here to help us out with these questions. Sabrina.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Here's the chance for you to tell us your opinion. Please pick one answer. Where do you think we should invest more resources to reduce traffic incidents and speeding? Educational efforts, police presence, signage, or improvements to roadways to slow traffic, like traffic calming? While we're waiting for your responses, did you know it's very easy for citizens to help us make progress with Goal 1? Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful is always looking for volunteers for the Adopt a Street program and at our annual cleanup day in April. They will provide the litter collection tools and instructions. All you have to do is give up a little bit of time every month to help our city shine. You can also find out more at thecityofpsl.com/KPSLB. Our project manager, Georgette Beck, is also standing by right now if you have any questions about the Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful program or how to volunteer. And I would like to say that the Adopt a Street celebrates its 30th anniversary this year. I'll let you all have 5 more seconds to answer the poll. All right, wonderful. It looks like improvements to roadways to slow traffic or traffic calming came in at number 1 at 41%. This is great information. Thanks again for your help, and I'll be back in a few minutes to answer it with another question.
Interesting. I think, that is always interesting feedback when we get from our residents, because I think last year we heard more police presence. And so residents are telling us they actually want to see roadways that help contribute to safer streets. So that's really in line with where the city council is going as well. And, they're looking at all fronts. And so always interesting to hear the feedback.
That's why it's important to do these events every year, because the trends do change.
Exactly. Always so interesting. So are you, if we are ready to move on to goal 2, this one focuses on an area closest to you, which is your neighborhood.
Right. Okay, sure. But before we start, I want to let our viewers know that if they stay engaged with us tonight, there will be a trivia question at the end of this goal with a chance to win a prize. And like I said before, the prizes we got this year were pretty good. So you want to definitely stick with us. If you attended our virtual summit last year, you know that you should keep your ears open because there may be a clue in our discussion.
Wonderful. So we should all pay extra close attention because I know there's some great prizes. So, okay, our next goal is vibrant neighborhoods. And you may ask, what does it mean to be a vibrant neighborhood? Well, we define vibrant neighborhoods as places where all residents feel connected and empowered to make improvements, both big and small, in the community that they call home. Port St. Lucie was incorporated in 1961, and we did not have neighborhood names in many areas of the city, and there was and is now some disconnection. But through the Neighborhood Improvement and Community Engagement Program, also known as NICE, we are working to connect residents and empower them to help make their neighborhoods wonderful places to call home.
Okay, more great information. Thank you, Kate. I know one of the major initiatives for this goal right now is the Neighborhood Parks and Preserves Development Program. And luckily for us, our project manager, Kelly Boatwright, is here to tell us a little bit more about it. Kelly?
Hi, I'm Kelly Boatwright, Senior Project Manager for the newly CAFRA-accredited City of Port St. Lucie Parks and Recreation Department. In 2019, the city's Neighborhood Improvement and Community Engagement, or NICE program, polled residents and found the top requests and cause for concern were the need to add and protect park conservation or green spaces in their neighborhoods. Parks and Recreation, that same year, completed the council-approved 10-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan, which further explored and prioritized this need. In collaboration with Parks and Recreation and as part of the High Performance Public Space Initiative, the NICE program has launched a Pocket Park pilot program. Tucked into the Crane Landing neighborhood is an area known as Duck Court, and this beautiful natural area you see behind me today is O.L. Peacock Senior Park, located in the Rosser Reserve neighborhood. These two areas were identified as priority projects for the High Performance Public Spaces pilot program and within the adopted 10-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan. With input from recent and future public planning sessions, the conceptual plans for these two pilot projects are scheduled to be completed in 2022. Possible future improvements to these areas could include a paved multi-use pathway, seating areas, and enhanced fishing, canoeing, and kayaking opportunities, just to name a few. The City of Port St. Lucie is growing, and we continue to strive to create spaces that offer exceptional leisure, cultural, and innovative recreational opportunities. Please visit pslparks.com or cityofpsl.com/NICE for more information on these and other exciting parks projects.
All right, thank you, Kelly. I know just from speaking to residents that people are excited to know that the city is working to keep these green spaces that really do help make Port St. Lucie a unique city. So is there anything else, Kate, that we need to know about the Vibrant Neighborhoods goal tonight?
Absolutely. And Sarah, it's really great to see that feedback from the neighborhood is implemented through our Parks and Recreation Department, a great way for city departments to partner. Our ultimate vision in our Parks and Recreation Master Plan is for residents to have a park or neighborhood green space or a trail within a 10-minute walk from their home. We know that improves quality of life. And you will hear more about our many upcoming parks projects in Goal 6, so just stick around a little bit longer. But if you have other feedback you would like to share, or to become more connected to your city, the NICE program is an awesome way to get better connected with your neighbors and to let the city know what you think your neighborhood needs. Thanks to the NICE program, 35 neighborhoods in PSL have a designated name. Those new to the city may not know that every name was proposed and voted on by residents who live in those neighborhoods through a naming program just 5 years ago. That's just another way the city has used citizen feedback over the years. The city hosts NICE neighborhood meetings in the fall and spring every year, and if you want to learn more about your NICE neighborhood, visit www.cityofpsl.com/NICE.
Okay, great. More to look forward to coming to a neighborhood near you very soon. But right now, guess who's back? Sabrina.
Hi there, I'm back. So now that you've heard about our Vibrant Neighborhoods goal, we have a few questions for you to answer. Have you ever been to a NICE neighborhood meeting? Yes or no? And for those of you who said no, why haven't you? Were you not aware of the meeting? Was it not a convenient date? Now that it's virtual, you might consider it in the future, or topics are just not of interest to you, or you did not wish to participate. And then our next question, do you have a park within a 10-minute walk from your home? Please answer yes or no. And last, would you like to see more park space in your neighborhood, even if it was on a smaller scale passive park or natural area? Yes or no? And while we're waiting for your responses, did you know it's very easy for citizens to become involved in the NICE program or attend City University? You can find out more at cityofpsl.com/NICE. Our project manager, Boulevard Gomez, is on standby right now if you have any questions about the NICE program or how to get involved. Feel free to put your questions in the Q&A. All right, I'll give you a few more seconds to answer. Let's see. All right, 5 more seconds. And all right, we have our results. So we have, let's see, for the first question, have you ever been to a NICE neighborhood meeting? 93% of you said no. Well, now that you know, you can attend. And for those who said no, why haven't you attended? You were just not aware of the meeting. That's what's great about tonight. Now you've learned. And do you have a park within a 10-minute walk from your home? Let's see here. We have almost split half and half. So yes or no. That's good feedback for us to have. And then would you like to see a more passive park or smaller scale passive park or a natural area? And it's an overwhelming yes. So this is great information. Thank you so much. And we'll put this towards all of the Citizen Summit events that we have coming up. And now it's time for a little fun. So this is our first trivia question of the night. Country music fans will like this prize because we have Joe DiMessina and Tracy Bird tickets the event is happening at February 11th at the Mid-Florida Event Center. And we'll pick 2 lucky winners for this question. So here's the question. How many neighborhoods are in the city of Port St. Lucie? Is it 15, 20, 35, or 43? We'll give you a few seconds to think about it and to respond. All right, let's see here. And yes, the most of you got it correct, 35. The city currently has 35 neighborhoods. And actually, the city helps to facilitate 27 neighborhood meetings. So we hope to see you at one of these meetings next year, or this year. Thank you so much. Back to you, Kate.
Thank you, Sabrina. That was excellent feedback, always so interesting. Okay, we're going to move on to Goal 3, quality education for all residents.
All right, so I know the city council does not have power over the school district, so how can we support or advance quality education?
That's a great question, Sarah. Our strategic initiatives for education goal really are focusing on partnerships. It's all about support, as we know education is so important. We want to partner with St. Lucie Public Schools to help prevent truancy, to promote school safety, joint use of school facilities, school traffic safety, and more. And we've also set a priority to support career technical education, which we've heard is very important to our residents in our citizen survey. I know that your team has filmed and film segments with our school district, sharing outreach and information about the great work happening in our schools.
Yes, thanks, Kate. So it seems like partnerships and city support are the keys to this goal, but the city can help in other ways too. The pandemic has showed us that technology and connectivity are extremely important to education, as well as additional support outside of school. So does the strategic plan have anything to say about those topics?
Yes, and in fact, our city council recently added a Wi-Fi master plan as a strategic initiative to help us become a more fiber-rich city and more of a Wi-Fi city. The city's chief information officer, Bill Jones, is here to tell us more, along with Will Armstead with the Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County. The Boys and Girls Club is partnering this year with us to bring learning opportunities to many neighborhoods within the city. So now we'll hear from Bill and Will.
Hi, I'm Bill Jones. I'm the CIO for the City of Port St. Lucie, and I'm here today to talk to you about quality education for all residents. This year we plan to support that goal by expanding Wi-Fi in public spaces and parks. Currently we provide Wi-Fi in city buildings and several parks around the city. We plan to expand that by 6 to 8 parks per year over the next 3 years. As we add Wi-Fi to these parks around the city, we're choosing strategic locations to provide that service throughout the city to all residents.
Another way the city is working to promote education is working with us at Boys and Girls Clubs. Having good, strong, solid public-private partnerships is the way to go. And one of the reasons why it's so important today is that we all have different talents that we could work together for the benefit of the entire community. One of my favorite projects that we're working on now is our mobile club. We've been working on this project for some time now, and recently we've partnered with the city of Port St. Lucie to be able to bring the club to the neighborhood, to the kids on a Saturday, which is going to be exciting for us. This mobile club is not only is it going to provide some basic math, English, some science, some social studies with tutors, with actual teachers on that mobile bus, and just a whole host of great programming that is not only for learning, but to have fun while they're doing it.
For more information about this goal or the rest of the city's strategic goals, you can visit cityofpsl.com/strategic plan.
All right, thank you, Bill and Will. So here is our question for viewers. Once again, please pick one answer using your Zoom polling tool, but I need to send this over to Sabrina. Sorry.
No worries. All right, so yes, she's right. Here's our question. How might the city help support quality education for all residents? Should that be additional public Wi-Fi hotspots for students, academic and social emotional support through programs and parks, providing more access to books, support apprenticeships or career development programs, and support career technical education and programs, or provide easy access to existing resources and education, like childcare, after-school programming, mental health, and family support. And while we are waiting on these responses, did you know that St. Lucie Public Schools graduation rate reached an all-time high for 2020-2021 school year? St. Lucie Public Schools proudly serve students with a graduation rate of 99% at the 6 traditional high schools. As a high-ranking, B-rated district of the 39 public schools, there are no failing schools, and St. Lucie Public Schools ranks among the top 1/3 of Florida's districts for student achievements. Congratulations to St. Lucie Public Schools for this tremendous accomplishment. All right, I'll give you 5 more seconds to answer this poll. All right, let's see what the results are. And 49% of you said you would support apprenticeships or career development programs and support career technical education and programs. This is amazing feedback once again, so thank you so much. And now, let's see who will win our next trivia prize. So our next trivia prize, I have it here, is 2 tickets to Little River Band, the concert at Mid-Florida Event Center. Again, we'll have 2 lucky winners for this one. And our question is, Port St. Lucie residents often attend schools located throughout St. Lucie County. How many public schools are located in St. Lucie County? So are there 20, 35, 39, or 50 public schools in the county? All right. Here we are. Let's see the results. That's correct, 52% of you got it correct, 39 public schools in the county, including elementary, middle schools, high schools, and more, bringing lots of choices for our residents in addition to options provided through private schools. Thank you so much, and I'll send it back to Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Sabrina. All right. We'll see you back in a few minutes. So we're going to move on to our next goal. Our next goal is a big one. It's diverse economy and employment opportunities. This is important to all our residents. We know whether you're a job seeker or an employer, a parent or a retiree, because we know that a diverse economy with higher paying jobs ultimately equates to a higher quality of life for all of our residents.
Absolutely, Sarah. Goal 4 focuses on having a diverse economy and employment opportunities, and our initiatives include, first, to facilitate the build-out of Southern Grove. You heard about that in our initial video we kicked off tonight. Second, to revitalize City Center. And third, to support small businesses. The city is undertaking a number of new initiatives to support small businesses, and we want your feedback tonight on how we can best help our small businesses, especially as we know how some small businesses have been hit hard as a result of the pandemic.
All right. Yes. For those who have not been to the southern side of tradition recently, our Southern Grove Jobs Corridor is thriving. Dirt is flying out there with new buildings going up. Seems like very fast. So Southern Grove has been in the news a lot recently with several big announcements. And we'll talk about those in just a minute.
Another very important initiative under this goal is to revitalize the City Center property on the east side of town. So we've got things going on the west and on the east. City Center is located adjacent to the Mid-Florida Event Center off US 1. This property has long been envisioned as a significant destination for eastern Port St. Lucie, but this property has been held up by a court-appointed receiver for over 5 years due to failed and fraudulent past developer actions and the inability for private developers to acquire the property due to significant debt.
All right, Kate, there have been some recent developments on both Southern Grove and City Center very recently. I mean, as much as last week, Southern Grove was on the news with some big announcements. So we brought in, to fill us in, our city manager, Russ Blackburn, took a few minutes to sit down and give us the most late-breaking updates on both of these two topics right now. So we'll turn it over to Mr. Blackburn.
Sarah, thanks for asking me to give an update. We're very fortunate that we have some significant economic activity on both the east side of Port St. Lucie and our west side. I would like to share a little bit about what's happening with City Center and with our jobs corridor, Southern Grove. In 2018, the city was able to acquire the property known as Southern Grove. It's 1,200 acres in the Tradition area right along I-95. When we acquired it, we really didn't know exactly what would happen. So we prepared a master plan. We have been working with our Economic Development Council partners and the community to develop this area of Southern Grove as the jobs corridor for the city of Port St. Lucie. And it's going just incredibly well. In the last year, we received an offer and approved it and have actually had the private sector build the new FedEx building. It's a 240,000 square foot warehouse distribution facility, primarily serving the local market. So just in the last week, Amazon has announced that they're going to be building a 220,000 square foot warehouse distribution facility. We have Excel Electric that's under construction right now. That's 150,000 square feet, actually manufacturing and distribution facility for coated wire. And we have other large employers that we're negotiating with currently. The vision that this will be our jobs corridor is happening, and it's happening really fast. And so as you look, if you drive along I-95 right now near Becker Road intersection, you'll see this big building of FedEx. Envision that there'll be another one that's almost the same size right behind it. And another big announcement that happened late last year, Cheney Brothers announced that they were going to build a new 375,000 square foot warehouse distribution facility. The common thing that all these new businesses in our community have is they're going to be employing a lot of people at rates that are substantially higher than the average wage in the city. So the vision that we were trying to achieve as a city for many, many years of having more jobs that pay better, it's all happening in Southern Grove. The common issues here is these are jobs and really building and beginning to knit our community together. So it's not just an east-west, it's a whole community of Port St. Lucie. So we have been working with the receiver for the Securities and Exchange Commission, and we have gained the approval of the court, for the federal court that oversees the SEC, to sell the property to the city of Port St. Lucie. So very excited. It's really great news, kind of the almost last step of ending a saga that the community has been involved in, really since like 2014 or so a long time coming. So the court has approved the sale to the city. We have negotiated agreements with all the taxing authorities and the private certificate holders. So the next step is closing. So all the business decisions are done. The city will now own and control the city center, and we should expect to close sometime probably before March. The big next step, though, will be preparing a master plan, an updated master plan is what do we in the community want to happen on that 20 acres that's right in the heart of our community. So it'll be a very engaging process. Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council will be helping us develop the master plan. There'll be multiple opportunities for the public to weigh in. We'll certainly look at what's viable, what really builds upon the east side of Port St. Lucie and builds upon our whole community so that we have something really special.
Thank you to our city manager for all that great information. There are just so many exciting developments occurring in Southern Grove and Western Port St. Lucie, and now on the east side with City Center. Just lots of good things happening, Sarah. And once the city closes on the City Center parcels, it will initiate that master planning effort to engage the public as to what City Center will become in the future. And the city strongly encourages you to come out to those workshops. We want you, this is your City Center, and we want to get your feedback to ensure that this project becomes a premier destination for Eastern Port St. Lucie and all of Port St. Lucie.
Of course, all of Port St. Lucie. So thank you, Mr. Blackburn. I really appreciate you taking the time to provide that information for us tonight. And I know it's finally, I've lived in Port St. Lucie a long time. I've watched this whole city center saga for many years, and it's exciting to finally see this project gain momentum. And I'm sure many of our citizens participating today will help us with the city center vision at those upcoming public workshops. So now let's check back in with Sabrina. Hey, Sabrina.
Hey. So now it's another time for us to get your feedback. So please use your Zoom polling tool to answer this question. What would you like to see at City Center property? Please select your top choice. Would you like a multifamily residential or senior housing, dining or retail, office buildings, events and entertainment, or a hotel? And we have one more question about this. Well, let's answer the first one. All right. Give you a few more seconds to answer. Think about it. What do you want to see? So many possibilities. Okay, 5 more seconds. 4. Okay, almost time. And okay, great. So, all right. It seems here we have 45% of you said events and entertainment, which of course makes sense. We have Mid-Florida Event Center right there. But 35% of you also said dining and retail. So this is really great feedback. We'll incorporate this in the future. And now we have one other question. Let's see here about this goal concerning small business. Yeah, okay. The city has been working this year to expand our support for small businesses, including partnerships with the Small Business Development Center and the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. And we want to hear from you. How can the city of Port St. Lucie best help you start, establish, or grow small businesses? Should that be a business training seminar, business counseling, help small businesses become a vendor with the city, or financial assistance? And while we wait, Some of you may be wondering what the construction off Midway Road just east of I-95 is going to become. Well, that's another major economic development win for Port St. Lucie. Amazon's first fulfillment center in Port St. Lucie is now being built there, which will create more than 500 full-time jobs and represents a $100 million capital investment. That's in addition to the Amazon facility that Mr. Blackburn told you about in Southern Grove and its existing facility in the Kings Highway Industrial Park. All right, so I'll let you have 5 more seconds to answer this polling question. Let's see, what are the results going to be? And wow, almost split. So business training seminars and financial assistance seem to be what you all would like to help start, establish, or grow your small business. This, again, is great feedback, and I know we have Elijah on our call who deals with the business for the city, so thank you so much. And now we're ready for the not-so-serious trivia questions. It's another opportunity to win a prize, and this prize we have are the Fog Hat concert. So this happens May 14th at the Mid-Florida Event Center. And once again, we'll have 2 lucky winners. And so the question is, how many facilities will Amazon have in St. Lucie County? 1, 2, 3, or 4? All right, we'll give you 5 more seconds. Enjoy the music. All right, let's see, we're gonna close it. And, oof, okay, so the actual answer is 3. Amazon recently announced it will be opening its 3rd facility in Port St. Lucie. Thank you all for participating, and I'll send it back to Sarah.
Okay, Sabrina, all right. We are now halfway through our strategic plan. As you can see, we're doing a lot of work here at the City of Port St. Lucie. So let's move on quickly to our next goal. So Kate, can you tell us about the next one?
Absolutely. Goal 5 is high quality infrastructure and facilities. Our goal is to plan for, design, construct, and maintain high quality infrastructure and facilities that meet the needs of the community both now and in the future. And we have several strategic initiatives to advance this goal. We want to plan roadways for future needs, such as Port St. Lucie Boulevard South, to advance mobility and to improve water quality, such as through the St. Lucie River C23 Water Quality Project.
All right, so I know that this includes, I know a lot of people are interested in this, accelerating the construction of Port St. Lucie Boulevard South. And we're very excited that the construction has actually now started on the segment of that project from Darwin Boulevard to Alcantara Boulevard.
Yes, it is also very exciting to see that project kick off because the City Council worked very hard to make sure the project design would enhance mobility, one of those issues we talked about the city's always working on for pedestrians and bicyclists as well as vehicles. Mobility, including transit and developing sidewalks and trails, continues to be one of Port St. Lucie's biggest challenges, as you saw from the initial video. And remember from that video we watched that Port St. Lucie was originally built without a traditional roadway network and sidewalk infrastructure. As a result, this is a long-term critical area of focus in the strategic plan and for the City Council. Our residents have listed mobility as one of the top areas we need to stay focused on, which is why we're implementing a multimodal plan and a public transit enhancement plan.
Okay, Kate, so you mentioned the word multimodal. That's not a word that we use every day. A lot of people, I know I don't use that word every day. But for us, it just basically means that we want to find different ways of moving around the city. Is that correct?
That's right. Our multimodal plan looks at ways to make the city easier to get from one place to another, and not just in a car. We're looking at trails, bike paths, public transit, just to name a few modes of transportation.
Okay, so lucky for us, right now we have the city's senior transportation planner, Laura Dodd, and she's here to tell us more about this plan. Laura?
Hi, my name is Laura Dodd. I'm the city's senior transportation planner. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit with you about the multimodal plan. The Multimodal Plan is part of the Strategic Initiative Number 5 for high-quality infrastructure, specifically to improve mobility within the city or our overall transportation system. The National Community Survey told us that Port St. Lucie residents rank the overall quality of the transportation system, including by car, bicycle, foot, and bus, as lower than comparable cities. This is due in part to how Port St. Lucie was originally built, without sidewalks and other crucial infrastructure. Improving our transportation system through advancing mobility is one of our top priorities of our City Council. So what does the Multimodal Plan do? It identifies projects and ways that we can build a thriving community where residents and visitors can enjoy an accessible transportation system that helps pedestrians, bicyclists, transit, and roadway users. The plan looked at survey data from our residents over the past few years and provided recommendations to improve our city streets so that they are safer and connected when you're walking your dog, biking with your family, or driving through your neighborhood. With the adoption of this document and implementation of the plan over the next several years, we're making strides to improve our mobility. By projects such as the area-wide local speed limit reduction, the nationwide bicycle-friendly designation, the Jobs Express terminal, and also enhancement of multi-use pathways within the city. Looking forward to the future, we will continue to implement the multimodal plan, track our progress, and make adjustments as needed. For more information, please visit cityofpsl.com/multimodal.
Thank you, Laura. Sarah, another project that is under construction right now is going to really advance mobility, and that is the Fluorescent Drive Improvement Project.
Oh, yes. Phase 1 kicked off this year, and that phase goes from South Bend Boulevard to the Elkham Waterway, and Phase 2 is planned to begin in the spring, thanks to the voters who in 2018 approved our half-cent sales tax. The project will enhance pedestrian and bicycle movements and strengthen connections to Fluorescent Elementary. So we've heard tonight there's a lot of roadway improvements and projects happening in the city. This also includes a Florida Department of Transportation project to improve the I-95 overpass on St. Lucie West Boulevard. So we know residents will probably experience some traffic frustration in the next year while all these projects are happening. So we please ask for you to please be patient and kind to your fellow drivers. And remember, when it's over, your drive time will be easier. So Kate, do you have any other projects that we want to talk about to advance Goal 5?
We do. And before that, though, I just wanted to mention we have our Public Works team on the line. They can answer your questions. So if you have questions about any of these projects, please put that in the chat and we'll get there. So our last strategic initiative in this goal is to improve water quality. Improving water quality is a critical strategic plan initiative with our city's location along the North Fork of the St. Lucie River. We have so many important initiatives, including the Stormwater Management Plan and Septic to Sewer Master Plan. And the city's St. Lucie River C23 Water Quality Project in McCarty Ranch has made great progress this year, and it will keep up to 21% of excess freshwater C23 canal discharges, that pollutes our river. It's going to keep that from happening and entering the North Fork of the St. Lucie River and provide a future water supply for citizens. So it's really an exciting project. And since we're unlimited on time today, I will just remind everyone, if they want to learn more about any of these projects, you can visit cityofpsl.com/water quality.
Yes, and that's a great project. We couldn't get into detail because we could be talking about that one for a long time, but I definitely encourage everyone to learn more about that project. There's been great progress made with it in the past 3 or 4 years. So once again, we encourage our viewers tonight to put any questions they have in the Q&A section. And like I said, we've got expertise on our water quality projects waiting for you right now. Our public works staff can answer any road project questions you've got. So wanted to encourage you to do that tonight. Now's a great chance to get some good information. But let's move on to Sabrina right now. Let's get on with our next question. Sabrina, what do you have in store for us for Goal 5?
Yes. So it's time for us to collect some more of your feedback. So Kate told us about how transit is an area of opportunity for improvement according to our citizens. St. Lucie County manages the transit system, and we work with the county to advocate for improvements to transit on behalf of our residents. So the city's 2020 multimodal plan provides for recommendations on improving mobility within Port St. Lucie. Which one of these recommendations is most important to you? So you need to pick one. Is it pedestrian-based amenities, that being benches, street lighting, trash receptacles? Bicycle accommodations, that means connecting bike trails, bike racks, bicycle-protected intersections. Shade and vegetation, is that shade trees, landscape medians, bioswales. Shared mobility, that being autonomous vehicles, bike share, electric scooters, or fixed route bus services, or managing speeds, that being speed limit reductions, roundabouts, or enhanced or raised crosswalks. And we have one more transit question. What would you like to see public transportation look like in the future? More microtransit, so smaller scale, in-demand transit. Autonomous vehicles, new technology similar to the autonomous vehicles in Western Port St. Lucie. More routes, additional transit routes. Tell us where in the comments. Or more frequent service, more frequent transit stops and availability. So I'll give you some time to answer. And while we wait, here are some fun facts relating to Port St. Lucie infrastructure. Did you know that Port St. Lucie has 1,148 miles of sewer main running underground throughout the city? And we have 1,263 miles of water main underground. So just to give you a reference, that's essentially from here to New York. That's how much, which is insane. So let's see, give you a little bit more time and we'll review the results. All right, you have 5 seconds. All right. And let's see those results. So for the first question, which one of these recommendations is most important to you? It was really almost split down the board, 23%, 21, 18, 16, and 21 for all 5. The top, though, being the pedestrian-based amenity. So that's really interesting. And what would you like to see public transportation look like in the future? 30% of you said more microtransit, actually smaller scale and in-demand transit. And actually, we've been hearing a lot of that, and so thank you. This is great to hear, more confirmation in our plans. All right, and now it's time to earn a prize. So for this question, you get a chance to win this beautiful backpack done by Parks and Recreation, and there will be 3 lucky winners for this one, and as well there is a 1-month membership to the Humana Fitness and Wellness Center, both at the Community Center and at Mid-Florida Event Center, and that gives you access to the indoor gym, 4 indoor racquetball, game room, fitness classes. It's really great. And within this bag, we have umbrellas, a visor, a cap, a dog water bottle. Honestly, it's a great prize here. So the question, our wastewater treatment plants have the capacity to treat how many gallons of wastewater per day? So is that 1 billion, 18 million gallons, 6 million, or 10,000 gallons? All right, give you some time to think about it. All right, get those answers in. All right, let's see those results. So yes, most of you did get it right. That's correct. It's 18 million gallons. That's a lot of sewage. So I'll send it back to Sarah. Thank you all.
All right, yes, that is a lot. All right, so those questions are really fun. Thank you, Sabrina. And speaking of fun, that is a major part of our next goal, right, Kate?
That's right, Sarah. Goal 6 focuses on bringing the fun, bringing culture, nature, and fun activities to PSL. And Sarah, this is another one of our really big goals. A lot goes into this one, including implementing the 10-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan that includes everything from planning for tradition and Torino regional parks to developing an adventure park to acquiring more land for parks and to preserve land. Port St. Lucie is growing quickly, and even though we have 46 parks, we know it is important that residents have access to more parks and natural areas to maintain our high quality of life and for our health. We also know from our citizen survey that we need to continue to improve the number of paths and walking trails that we have in the city, so that is an important component of the strategic plan. And lastly, we heard in this 2021 Citizen Survey and the Citizen Summit that residents want more access to culture and the arts, so that is a new initiative in our strategic plan.
All right, Kate, you mentioned the Tradition Regional Park. So our Assistant Parks and Recreation Director, Brad Keene, wants to tell us a little bit more about that project. So let's take a look.
I'm Brad Keene, Assistant Director for the City of Port St. Lucie Parks and Recreation Department. I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about Goal 6 of the city's strategic plan. Goal 6 is entitled Culture, Nature, and Fun Activities. The City of Port St. Lucie, and specifically the Parks and Recreation Department, is committed to providing the top-class recreational amenities to its citizens in Port St. Lucie. Behind me, you see the location of a future park. It's taking place out in the Riverland community, and we are working in partnership, hand in hand, with the Riverland developers to bring this project online for the citizens to enjoy most probably in the next 12 to 18 months. We also have additional projects going on, one out at Tradition, working with another partner, Madame Homes, and a third major park project in this coming year is going to be the design and development of Torino Regional Park. Regional parks are important because they concentrate developed amenities in one central area that can be used by the greatest number of people. A regional park will typically have more amenities than a traditional community park in that it might have multiple baseball fields, multiple soccer fields, different court facilities like basketball and tennis and pickleball, common areas, picnic facilities, all of these areas on a much grander scale than what would normally be found at a community level park. And of course, these are important as the population swells out west. We're going to have these larger regional type facilities in order to accommodate the demand that our current and new citizens and future citizens will have upon us. For more information on what Parks and Recreation Department is doing in the City of Port St. Lucie, please go to the city's website, cityofpsl.com, and look up the Parks and Recreation pages. There you'll find an abundance of information on our current projects, our future projects, programs, and activities. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Well, another big project in the works is the revival of Port St. Lucie's riverfront. This area has been rebranded as PSL's Port District. It's put the port in Port St. Lucie at last, and we'll see some construction activity there soon. So project manager Jennifer Davis is here to tell us more.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Davis, CRA project manager. Today I'm here to talk to you about Goal 6, Culture, Nature, and Fun Activities, and more specifically, the Port District. The city made a lot of progress in 2021 in the Port District, including wrapping up our master planning efforts. In July of 2021, Land Design presented the master plan to City Council at their summer retreat. Enhancements include improvements to Len Gate Park, upland and boardwalk trails on the north end, boardwalk connections and overlooks to the river on the north end, an iconic observation tower, and wonderful improvements to Mid-Port Lake, including stormwater and boardwalks. In addition, many of you have been curious about boardwalk connections under the Port St. Lucie Boulevard Bridge. The city anticipates beginning construction on those connections in the summer of 2022. With funding in place and assistance from the Florida Inland Navigation District, we've had wonderful project partners with the Florida DOT and DEP to make this project happen. In addition, the city is working on reduced speed zones along the river, making this stretch even safer, especially for non-motorized water activities. Pioneer Park is about to break ground. You'll see such amazing improvements and play pods including Gator Gulch, Sailaway Schooner, and Banyan Basin, a unique water feature to cool yourself off when you're playing in the park. In addition, the event lawn will be resituated in the middle of the park and feature a lookout hill. We'll continue to have special events including river nights and many other events with project partners such as the Botanical Gardens. Construction to the historical homes is underway, and the Peacock Lodge will be the home of the Port St. Lucie Historical Society offices and a museum. With site work well underway in 2022, you should see most of these improvements complete by the end of 2022. In addition to site work that will be underway, we will be constructing trail connections within the preserve area just to the south of the Middle Tract. The city is also working with several operators on bringing a restaurant to this site. The Port District is sure to become the heart of Port St. Lucie and a spectacular place to explore, gather, and connect. Thank you for your time today. We look forward to bringing the Port District to you in 2022. For more information, visit cityofpsl.com/theport.
All right. Wow, Jennifer, the port is really coming along, and it's really exciting. It's been long awaited, and I know our a lot of residents are very excited about the progress. And I know next year, in this upcoming year, we will be seeing a lot of progress out there at that site. So, Sabrina, what questions do you have for us about Goal 6?
I have questions. I have questions for you all to answer. So, Port St. Lucie is developing a citywide trail system. What kind of activities do you most like to do on trails? Is that walking or hiking, biking, pet walking, fishing access, or jogging or running? Also, to assist in the planning process, what is the top amenity that you would like to see developed at Torino Regional Park and Sports Complex? Is that lighted sports fields, walking trails, aquatic center, dog park, a playground, freshwater fishing, or sports courts, including tennis, pickleball, or basketball, disc golf, bicycle or scooter or skate pump track, or finally, community or recreation center with a gymnasium. Now that was a lot of options, so I'll give you some time to think about that. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, get those answers in. All right, let's see the results are. So for the first question, what do you most like to do on trails? It was overwhelmingly walking or hiking. And then for the next question, what would you like to see developed at the Torino Regional Park and Sports Complex? It was a bit all around. But let's see, our top answer, 39% actually said walking trails. And coming in behind that was the aquatic center and the community or recreation center with a gymnasium. So again, thank you all for your feedback. Of course, it will always be incorporated into any of the city's future plans.
All right. Thank you, Sabrina. All right. So we heard about Tradition Regional Park, but I understand Torino Regional Park is also kicking off planning this year, correct?
There is. I do believe that we have one last trivia question, however. Is that correct? I'm sorry.
No.
Money Park.
We will in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. I apologize. Just wanted to make, sorry. That's right, Sarah. The City Council is committed to funding phase 1 of that project, and we will be kicking off the design process this year. And in fact, we are kicking off some of the resident engagement at this year's summit. So let's turn it back to Sabrina to gather some feedback. And I think that is actually what we just did. So about Torino Regional Park. So we've collected that. Yeah, no problem. That's right. So we've already received that.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Okay. Sorry about that. So we'll just move forward a bit because I think we're excited. But thank you so much for your feedback. The Torino Regional Park is going to be really a great amenity. So Sabrina, now we'll talk about some trivia.
Yes, I am back so soon.
I was a little confused there. Sorry.
Okay. So now let's have some fun. Of course, we're doing trivia. So for this round, you get a round of golf at the Saints golf course, as well as a $20 certificate to the Saints Pub, which is a delicious and wonderful restaurant. And the Saints is on Morningside Boulevard in the Sandpiper Bay area. So again, this is a really great prize. You get to do a round of golf and you get some food as well. So the question to win this prize: how many parks are there in the city of Port St. Lucie? 25, 46, 100, or 30? I'll give you some time to think about it. Get those answers in. How many parks? And 5 more seconds. Click the button quickly. All right, we're gonna close it out. Okay, so the answer actually is 46, and most of you got that correct. So thank you so much, and I'll be getting to you all for the trivia prizes.
All
See you
right.
next time.
Thank you, Sabrina. All right, so the best place to get any information about Torino or Tradition, I know it gets confusing, but there are 2 major parks that are being planned right now, Torino Regional Park and Tradition Regional Park. And to find out any more information about that, your best bet is www.pslparks.com, or put your questions in right now, because we have Parks and Rec staff members on standby right now who could answer some questions for you about either one of those or any of the other parks and recreation facilities or programs that we have in the city. So this brings us to our last goal, Kate. We're at goal 7.
Absolutely, that's right, Sarah. Our 7th and final goal in the strategic plan is to be a high-performing government organization. Our city manager has set a vision for our team, along with the whole team, to be recognized nationally as a leader providing superior services through a diverse, empowered, and visionary city team. We want to bring our best to you, the residents of PSL, and in the strategic plan, we have identified 3 key initiatives. First, to make improvements to service delivery while reducing the millage. This is the 6th consecutive year the City Council has reduced the city's millage while improving services. Millage rate is the rate of tax per $1,000 of taxable property value. Second, enhancing customer service through One PSL. And several other projects, and also cultivating organizational development through developing a high county legislative program and improving performance through innovation and training.
Okay, Kate, you mentioned One PSL, and some people might not know what that is, but it is a great resource for residents. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. If you have not used One PSL, we can't recommend it enough. One PSL is an easy-to-use customer service intake and response system. You can make one call to City Hall and reach a One PSL navigator who will help you get access to the services you need, or you can simply use the web form or the app on your phone. It's in all of the major app stores. We are looking at any customer requests that come through One PSL and finding ways to improve the delivery of our services so we can better serve you. We've even looked and analyzed our data through our innovation project to see who's calling us from where, and so we can try to get ahead of some problems and help better serve our residents. And lastly, we're really strengthening our city team through training so we can develop the best possible services and other organizational development initiatives. We have developed a county legislative program as part of this goal. While Port St. Lucie is over 60% of the population of St. Lucie County, many issues important to Port St. Lucie residents are decided at the county level, so the mayor and city council have identified key issues to bring forward.
All right, so Kate, you talked about developing our city organization through training and finding more ways to be efficient, to work more efficiently. Because of this goal, we've been working with Brian Elms. He's the author of Peak Performance and CEO and founder of Change Agents Training. So let's hear what Brian has to say about our last strategic goal.
I'm Brian Elms. I'm with the Change Agents Training Program, and I've been working with Port St. Lucie for about 1.5 to 2 years. Our work is on the innovation front and increasing a high-performing government organization. What that means is we're looking at how do we increase our service delivery, increase the quality, decrease the amount of time it takes to provide the service without losing any of its effectiveness. This team has taken about 150 people through a training program to increase their continuous improvement techniques. We've done 4 projects to decrease the service calls coming into one PSL. We've increased our ability to handle sewer problems and decrease the amount of calls that are happening because of blocked swale or any swale problems. The team over the next few years will be looking at all types of services and figuring out ways to harness their employees' ideas and innovative spirit to change the service delivery here in Port St. Lucie. For more information about any of this, go to our website at cityofpsl.com/strategic plan. Thank you.
Yeah, it's exciting to see our employees empowered with this training so we can become even more efficient and effective in solving our residents' issues. And one of those employees that's led innovation teams is our very own Sabrina McLeod, who's here with our final question. Sabrina?
Yes, so this is our final feedback question. Have you ever used 1PSL, your 24 City Hall, either via mobile app, phone, or web portal? Please answer yes or no. And then for those of you who say no, we want to know why. So did you just not know about it? Was it too complicated? Did you just not want to download another app on your phone? Or you didn't even realize that you could call a customer service navigator? We'll give you some time to answer this question. Give it a little bit. All right, we're gonna close it out soon, so press the button. And let's see, almost. Okay, so, all right, so 70% of you said no, you hadn't heard of 1PSL. And 35% of you said why, you just did not know about it. Well, again, this is what's great about tonight. So hopefully we've seen those numbers already change. And now I would like to say, here's my last trivia question. So this one, you'll get one lucky winner for this one, and it is a not 10, not 20, but $40 gift certificate to the Saints Pub. Again, it's delicious food. And here's the question. So since we launched 1PSL in 2019, how many calls have we received through the service? Was it 10,023, 40,030, 250,471, or 116,936? So this is since we launched 1PSL in 2019. How many calls have we received? I'll give you some time to think about that. All right. Get your answers in. 5 seconds. All right, we're gonna close it out. All right, so the answer is 116,936. And most of you actually did get that correct. So that was the last trivia question of the night. Thank you all so much for participating. Look for an email to see if you've won.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina. So, Kate, we went through all 7 of our strategic goals, lots of information, and it really helped me to learn more about the city. We really hope it helped our residents.
Wonderful. I mean, I hope it did the same thing for all of our viewers tonight. And if you want to learn more, we are having a Citizen Summit in-person event as well this Saturday outside the Mid-Florida Event Center from 9 to noon. If you like what you heard tonight and want to learn more, come out and see us. Bring your family. It's for all ages. It's designed to make it convenient for you to just drop by. You'll take the strategic plan exploration trail and give us your feedback, and we hope you'll have a lot of fun in the process too. Or you can read the strategic plan and check out our progress on our strategic plan dashboard at www.cityofpsl.com/strategic plan. And we just encourage you to stay connected.
All right, yes. And so at the very beginning of our broadcast tonight, we said if you were on with us via Zoom and stuck with us to the end, you would get a special prize. And the prize this year is this Plan to Prosper 2022 wall calendar that was especially designed for this event. So we're going to give you a survey link right now. This is a beautiful calendar. It has wonderful pictures of our city and really beautiful images of many different things in our city, and they're all linked back to our strategic plan and some of our strategic plan projects, like there's Crosstown Parkway. That was a major part of our strategic plan a couple of years ago, but it's complete now. So, in order to get this calendar, you must fill out this survey link that is posted in the chat box, and you will receive this one-of-a-kind calendar. And in order to get this, the survey is real simple, but at the end, you do need to give us your mailing address because this is how we will deliver this prize to you. And please limit one calendar per household. So we'll give you a few minutes to fill out. Actually, that survey is open for 24 hours. It really is only meant for those of you who gave feedback tonight. If you have some neighbors who you think might like it or friends, encourage them to please come out to our strategic plan, our Citizen Summit in-person event on Saturday, because everyone who gives us feedback at that event will also get a calendar while supplies last, along with some other really good items and great information. Are we ready to start the live Q&A, Kate, you think?
I think we are. Thank you to all the residents who have put questions in and spent the time to learn about their city. I know that our project managers have been working diligently throughout this broadcast to answer a bunch of questions, but I think we're going to take some from live right now. So, Sarah, do you want to get started with the first question?
Yeah, let's see who. I'm sorry, my thing just closed. Okay, so let's see. There was a question. I'm not sure which ones of these were answered in the chat box, but our friend Cameron Cook, hi Cameron, we appreciate all you do for our city. You're a member of our Sales Tax Oversight Committee. Wrote, we're very excited about the Port District. Do you know what restaurant is coming to the Botanical Gardens Riverside? So we just had a meeting about that. So who would Wes McCurry be the best person?
I believe Wes McCurry is on Zoom and can help us answer that question. If our wonderful communications team can help us get connected to Wes.
Hello. So the City Council Community Redevelopment Agency recently approved the city staff negotiating and working with a restaurant developer to bring a restaurant to the Port District. And that restaurant group is headed up by Mr. Gorev. And the proposed restaurant we will be evaluating over the next 30 to 60 days and hopefully bringing back a proposal to the City Council.
All right. Thank you, Wes. So yes, we did just hear about the restaurant that proposal that is planned at our last CRA meeting. If you're really, really interested, I would encourage you to go watch that meeting. It's available on our website. You can get some great information about the proposal that was discussed. But it's an exciting plan to bring food dining options to our Port District. So Kate, let's see, we're going to take another question. And this is a question we get a lot at the city about street lights. So one of our participants tonight asked, part of safety should be lighting. Will the city add more lights? PSL is very dark at night. So who's the best person to answer this question today for us, Kate?
Actually, I think we can help with this. There is actually a petition process if you want to add a street light to your street. So it's on our website at cityofpsl.com and search street lighting. So that is actually, we can send some information to that resident, but there's actually a whole process that we go through for obtaining a street lighting. It goes through our clerk's office. I don't believe they're on the line tonight because their project isn't in the strategic plan. So we will get that resident connected to that information.
Yeah, but it does include getting votes on the street, and so there is a whole process that goes into that.
And that's just in their neighborhood. Now, in terms of on streets and major roadways, we do know that through our major roadway projects, we're adding additional lighting. I believe we have our Public Works Director, Heath Stockton, on the line. And Heath, could you share a bit more about some of the new lighting that's going into some of the major roadway reconstruction projects and how that will help Port St. Lucie? Heath?
That would help, yeah.
Certainly. Good evening, everyone. So yeah, with any new roadway project that we do, such as Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Fluorescent, there is a lighting component that goes in. And typically it's not the high-level roadway lighting like you'll see along PSL Boulevard, because we don't necessarily want to light it up like a main corridor, but will be at least pedestrian lighting. So also a lot of the streets out west that are being developer driven, such as Community Discovery, so forth and so on, those are all going to have lighting installed as well. It has not been a practice of the city to retrofit existing streets with lights because it's not really clear. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a mixed bag of who wants them and who doesn't want them. Some people may say, well, I bought on this street because there was no lighting. And so then that goes into the process you were alluding to, Kate, through the clerk's office and the petition process and that way. So they do it, democratically. They send out petitions. If the majority of the people on the street, 51%, want the lighting, and then they can implement it, and then the fee is charged to everyone along the street. So does that kind of answer what you were getting at there?
Yes, thank you so much, Heath. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, remember, if you need more information, we can always follow up with an email directly.
Yes, and we also had another question that we want to introduce our new director of our Office of Management and Budget, Caroline Sturgis, is on the line tonight. We had a question tonight from, as we mentioned earlier, this is the 6th year that the City Council has reduced the millage. A question from one of our residents asked that I realized that taxes were cut on property taxes in 2021, but does the city plan to continue to reduce our property taxes in 2022 and beyond? So Ms. Sturgis, I think, can speak to the city's budget process and how we will have that dialogue with our city council. Caroline?
Yes, hi, good afternoon. Good evening. Yes, it is the goal of the city council to continue to reduce the millage rate. So as we are beginning the planning process of the next fiscal year's budget, we are reviewing our revenues as well as our expenditures and exploring opportunities to reduce the millage rate. And so that is something that we will discuss with the city manager as well as the city council. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you.
Yep, and I think we showed that just by putting that in our strategic plan, that is an initiative to continue for the city council to continue to work to reduce the millage rate.
Yeah, so that's good, and that gets considered every year as we go through the budget process. The city council utilizes the strategic plan to make those budgetary decisions. So as we reevaluate the policy direction, we'll keep moving forward, and that they evaluate all the needs of the city. So yeah,
okay.
Really.
And that's another great part about having a strategic plan. It helps them prioritize the projects, and with the citizens' input, that's how we continue to keep our strategic plan alive and fresh and relevant.
Yes, and if you come to the in-person Citizen Summit, we couldn't really do that virtually tonight, but if you come to the in-person summit, we're going to give you money, and we're going to ask you what projects you would invest in and in the city's budget if we had extra funds. So we're going to ask that question. So if you come out to the in-person summit, we'd like you to vote with some dollars to tell us where you would like to see resources put to city projects.
Okay, all right. So this we have another question. This one came from one of our viewers on Facebook. Mr. Blackburn pretty much answered this during his video tonight, but if you missed it, the question is, he says, my question relates to jobs. Other than the Amazon warehouse, and that was the big project that was just announced last week, what are the short-term and long-term plans for bringing jobs here? As you know, thousands of residents travel across multiple counties for jobs, which strains the resources, which could be pouring into our own city. I think you are speaking our language there. That's why we have that, the strategic goal, goal 5? No, goal 6. Goal 4.
Yeah,
Goal
diverse
4.
economy. Do you know that over 60% of residents in St. Lucie County commute to jobs outside of our county? So that's why we've been trying to bring jobs here so residents aren't commuting. So we very much appreciate that question. I know that I believe Elijah Wooten is on the line, and Mr. Wooten can speak to some of the other economic development work we're doing to recruit jobs, as well as Mr. Wes McCurry, who you heard from earlier. I was hoping Mr. Wooten could speak to that. And
good evening. In reference to the job creation, that is paramount on the mayor and city council's minds, as well as city manager. We've been working diligently with the Economic Development Council of St. Lucie, and there is a lot of interest in our area, as many have seen by the recent announcements of Amazon and FedEx, but as well as the Cleveland Clinic, their Florida Research Innovation Center, are creating jobs with high wage jobs in the research area, as well as FIU at Torrey Pines. So one of the great things is, once you begin to gain momentum and have industry here, industry tends to follow industry. And so others now, will take notice, whether they're direct competitors in the logistics space or the manufacturing space, or there may be vendors as well to those markets that are now looking at Port St. Lucie. Because of where we're located, we're equidistant between Miami and Orlando. It makes a lot of sense to cite a location here because you can get to a good percentage of the state here in Port St. Lucie. So in addition to economic development projects, the EDC, as we call our Economic Development Council, also is doing a promotion of work local, making certain that our residents are aware that there are jobs coming to the area, that you don't have to get on the turnpike or R95 to commute outside the city to work, but they'll have plenty of opportunities to work here in Port St. Lucie.
Great. Thank you so much, Elijah. We're just looking through all these questions, making sure we get to these. Another great question we had was will there be future grants for homeowners in the switch from septic to sewer? We talked tonight as part of our high quality infrastructure and facilities goal. There's a master plan to convert more septic tanks to sewer. The city of Port St. Lucie created one of the most largest conversions from septic to sewer in the nation. We're very proud of that, and there's more to come. I believe we have a representative from Utility Systems, Ms. Jenny Tomes, to talk about, our new Utility Systems Director, Kevin Martiak, is on the line tonight to talk about that grant program. Kevin?
May help. Thank you very much, Kate. I greatly appreciate it. We are consistently looking for opportunities in which, we can get these remaining septic systems converted to city sewer. I did have earlier a resident that did inquire. We do have pockets within the city that at the time we did this massive expansion that Kate talked about earlier, that it just wasn't feasible, and through a special assessment district or an SAD, there are still that some may either have city water but don't quite have the infrastructure for sewer. And so there are processes in which these areas could garner support, or it's really a very specific look at the neighborhood and what all costs are involved with it. And then ultimately it's up to those residents, those owners, or whether or not they want to split the cost for that additional infrastructure to put in. But speaking about some of our recent opportunities that we've been successful with getting city council support with grant funding, we have been able to offer some of our hotspot areas that we've assessed, and we've been successful with that within the past couple of years of converting houses that are within 50 to 100 feet of the waterway. We hope at the February retreat to again garner city council support to continue funding that additional source. And at all times, we're still continuing our 10-year interest-free loan for those that may have failing systems or so choose to convert to the sewer system. That can be done anytime by signing up. And until we actually convert, once that sign up happens, we'll come out and pump out if the system is failing, or pump out the system and get it to until we can convert it. So again, that's a great opportunity at any time, and it really is an effort here to protect our waterways. And through those hot spots and testing, we of course did find results that it is a contributing factor to water quality. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing that great information and for all that the Utility Systems Department does. A great utility is really critical, of course, to our infrastructure within the city. And Sarah, I think we have another question.
Yes. So I know, Kate, at the very beginning of tonight, you talked about the mural that was just installed on the Minsky Gym, which is a really great mural. We actually got a grant from the National Endowment. Sorry, am I saying this correctly? The National Endowment for the Arts, right?
Correct. Is to celebrate our City for All People vision. We received that grant, which we're so grateful for and excited because it's one of many public opportunities we hope to see within the city.
So we did have a question about art on our Zoom tonight, and she says, sorry. Oh, Stephen's. Oh, okay. Our staff member who was going to answer this, but I think Kate, Laura Dodd can take this one. Okay. So our question about artwork is our viewer says she lives in the area of Southport, and she would like to see more artwork that will come with the area. She says, I know that we are growing, but is Port St. Lucie trying to become a city like Miami or Fort Lauderdale? I moved here for the family feel. So she is asking about the artwork. So we do have an public art master plan that we adopted last year, and Laura can talk a little bit more about that.
Well, I won't go too far into depth, but you are absolutely right. We really appreciate that Port St. Lucie has brought a great art master plan to the community. And I would encourage you to reach out to Port St. Lucie's Planning and Zoning Department, because we assist in managing the art master plan. If you have a specific location or would like to know more about our plans, that's really the best way to get that kind of information. So again, you can reach out to the Planning and Zoning Department. That's planning@cityofpsl.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura. And I also do want to mention that our website has a public art page, and it shows all of the public art in the city. There's some spectacular new sculptures that have come in. That's cityofpsl.com/public art. So that's a great resource if you're interested in the idea of art. The city has partnered a lot recently also with the St. Lucie Cultural Arts, the St. Lucie Cultural Arts Alliance, I believe is their name. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, but they are doing great things with local artists in our city also. So that's a great organization to look at if you are interested in art.
The St. Lucie Cultural Alliance. Absolutely.
Cultural Alliance, sorry. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think we have another question related that we have Mr. Stockton, our Public Works Director, on the line that's going to help us answer about another great project we mentioned earlier tonight, Fluorescent. And the residents has asked tonight, though, that why does, I'm just going to bring up the exact question about when you start, why would one segment of Fluorescent start when you haven't completed the first segment? So I think Mr. Stockton can kind of speak about how that process is going to be working with the Fluorescent construction project.
Yeah, of course. We've started and are almost complete with phase one. Phase one is from South Bend up to the Elkham Waterway and includes the intersection of Port St. Lucie Boulevard. The second phase is from the Elkham Boulevard up to Crosstown Parkway, and then the third phase is from Crosstown Parkway to Prima Vista. The plan originally was to construct phase one, while phase one was under construction, design phase 2 and 3 together, and then follow in with construction of phase 2 and 3 at the same time, hoping for economies of scale and better prices. Well, the way that the economy has taken off and the construction industry has really been on fire lately, and the prices are astronomical. And so it's in the best interest of the city to separate those projects again. So the city's goal right now is to take phase 2, which again is from the Elkham Waterway up to Crosstown Parkway, to take that project to construction. The plans are done, and we hope to begin that in spring or early summer of this year. And then segment 3, again from Crosstown to Prima Vista, would follow thereafter, approximately 2 years later, assuming that we have the funding. Costs are coming in double and even triple what we'd estimated 5 years ago. So it's going to be challenging to construct these, but that is our plan and goal.
Thank you, Mr. Stockton. I think we're going to ask you one more question, and then after that, we're going to ask our neighborhood services representative to speak about code enforcement after that. But we did have a question that they are a homeowner in Torino since 2013 and would like to know if sidewalk paving will be added to connect and give access to walks along Midway towards US 1. I can see it as a benefit, but also being a safety issue to extend as well. What do you think, and what are the city's plans for Torino? Mr. Stockton, can you share a bit more about that issue?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kate. I missed the first part. Can you
Absolutely.
please reread the question?
It's a resident in Torino and asking about sidewalk paving and connecting to give access to walk along Midway towards US 1.
So Midway is a county roadway, and the city unfortunately doesn't have any control over that. However, under their Midway projects, they will eventually complete Midway really from 95 all the way to US 1. That aside, the city does have a 10-year sidewalk plan, and I would encourage everyone that's interested in the future plans with sidewalk development throughout the city to take a look. It can easily be found at cityofpsl.com/sidewalks, and I think we can share that link with everyone. But therein, there is a plan to basically complete the loop within Torino, with North Torino, East Torino, West Torino, and make a whole walking network in that area. So, within the next 3 to 5 years, you'll see all those sidewalks complete.
Great. Thank you so much, Heath. And then we also have that same resident. Thank you so much for your time and your questions tonight. They're seeing more trash and unkept city lawn areas in Torino. How is this being handled? Who can I inform? And thank you for this opportunity. I think we have someone from Neighborhood Services on Zoom. We'd love to have them talk more about how our residents can inform code enforcement. I also want to take another opportunity to plug OnePSL. That's one of the easiest ways you can report a complaint. You can actually, even if you have the app version, take a photo, upload. I mean, you can really use that and track your request. To be honest, I believe that's one of the best opportunities for residents to do that.
Yeah, I would say that's your best. And then you get progress emails. I mean, it's tracked. We know if it's been closed out. It's really a great way. But so who do we have on from Neighborhood Services? Boulevard. Boulevard, we heard from, are you able to come on, Boulevard?
Absolutely, yes. So the Neighborhood Services Department does oversee the code compliance staff. If there's issues with regard to pickup, please go ahead and call our customer service line, which is 772-873-6317. That is the staff member that I can actually go ahead and put that location into our system, and then they'll go ahead and take care of that for you.
All right. Thank you, Boulevard. So trash, though, is also not trash. Litter is a major part of our Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful program. And I know we have Georgette Beck on here. And Georgette can come on and kind of tell us about some of our opportunities where residents can help us. It takes all of us, right, to keep our city looking beautiful.
Yeah, and it's always great to see how many residents comment and how that's something unique about our city, how we are a clean city, and we just want to keep that value going. And Ms. Beck and the whole team does such a great job with this program. If we could turn it over to Ms. Beck to kind of share more about how residents can get involved.
Hello, thank you so much. Yes, I'm Georgette with Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful. There are several ways residents can get involved. First off, we have the Adopt a Street Volunteer Program that celebrates 30 years this year. So you can check out the website, cityofpsl.com/KPSLB, and you can see the Adopt a Street link on the left. You could join. You could help pick up litter near your neighborhood, near your business, in front of your home. And just once a month is the minimum requirement. We provide a beautiful orange t-shirt, litter grabbers and buckets, and we'd love to partner with you on that. We also have our annual cleanup day, April 30th. It's part of the Great American Cleanup, and residents can join. It's a citywide cleanup. You can come, participate as an exhibitor, volunteer. You can sponsor a raffle prize. It's a great big family day event on April 30th. So we hope you come on aboard. Also, we have our litter crew. You can actually report litter via OnePSL, or we still have the old-fashioned litter hotline that comes right to Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful. Our litter crew has a schedule that they work every single day, but they respond to residents' calls on a daily basis, and especially to areas that are in the right-of-ways. If it's in private property, we partner with all the local businesses as well, and we work with our businesses to help solve the litter issue. It's an everyday thing, but together, litter is a shared responsibility. We can work together to solve it. So check out the website too and look up the Litter Eradication Action Plan called LEAP. We very much, all city departments work together to collaborate on best solutions because litter behavior changes can occur. It takes education, takes infrastructure, takes partnership, enforcement, and incentives. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Georgette. Thank you so much. So I think we're about 15 minutes to 8 o'clock, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. We appreciate you spending all this time with us tonight. It was really a very quick encapsulation of a lot of the major things that we're doing here at the city, Kate. So I appreciate you helping and with all of your expertise. And if we were not able to answer your questions tonight, we will get back with you via email. Or once again, I'm going to plug it because it's a really great event. Please come see us on Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon at the event center. Like Kate said, bring your children, bring your neighbors. This is a fun event for all ages. It's outdoors. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with us and we can keep it outdoors. And it's a stroll along our strategic plan exploration trail. And it's a different way we capture your feedback. You probably, unless you attended it last year, you probably have never done anything like this before. So it's a really fun experience. And we really want you to be a part of it. Thank you, Kate, again, for all of your expertise on all of these great projects going on at the city and helping us out tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks to you, Sarah, and to the team. Thank you to Sabrina for reading all those questions and giving out some great prizes. We just really appreciate the opportunity to spend time and to all those residents who take the time out of their busy lives to learn about their city and to get involved and give their feedback. We just can't thank you enough. You are why we are here and why we do the work we do, because we're here to serve you. So before we leave, I just want to remind everyone that the city's community survey, it's done through the National Research Center. We do not do it because we want to have that separation. An independent entity surveys our residents. And we mentioned that throughout the night, the city council looks at those results, the scientific results every year, in addition to the Citizen Summit feedback, to make decisions on where to invest resources or other policy decisions in their strategic planning process. It's open right now to take online. If you did not receive a letter or a postcard at your home saying you were randomly selected, you can still participate through taking the open participation survey. You have until February 10th to take it online, and I really encourage you to give us your feedback through that annual survey too. You can find it at www.cityofpsl.com/community survey. And Sarah, it's really been my pleasure to spend time with you, the team, and everyone, our entire city team, all of our amazing project managers that are working hard every day to bring these projects to life. These Citizen Summit events really help us plan for a prosperous year ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Kate. Thanks again to all of our project managers who have diligently been answering questions and helping us out throughout the night. So we hope to see you on Saturday morning outside the event center. But until then, thank you so much. Don't forget, our website is a really great resource for any other information that you might need on the city of Port St. Lucie. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.